What's up, guys? Welcome back to Digital Dive-In. As always, my name is Monkey.
And I'm Goofball. I'm glad to hear your name hasn't changed.
I'm here playing Red Dead Redemption 2, showcasing one of the possible Game of the Year choices. Well, not choices, one of the possible Game of the Year winners.
Front runners, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Front runner.
But today we're going to...
It definitely deserves it.
Yeah, it does. Today we're actually going to be diving into some really weird news, and I don't know what to think about it, but Golden Joystick gave the Game of the Year to Fortnite. And
yeah, so also I'd like to mention I've never heard of the Golden Joystick before, so...
Neither have I, actually. Apparently this is like their 34th year doing Game of the Year, and I'm just like,
yeah, 36th.
Sorry,
and,
36.
I don't put any credence to something I've never heard of. So let's go into this with that mindset.
Exactly.
Something that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
That actually
this is not the official Game of the Year. Like the Game Awards 2018, that's not even decided until December 6th. So just remember this: that Golden Joystick is just its own thing. So for that reason, I also don't really give a shit.
Yeah, and also let's think about this. I've never heard of it. You've never heard of it. My buddy Lynch never heard of it. I was looking on my phone and it was like, Fortnite wins Game of the Year. And I almost wanted to just cry. I was like, what has happened to society? You mean to tell me that this game, which is coming out of honestly nowhere, like Fortnite, yeah, it was a ripoff of PUBG, but the whole game franchise idea has just shown up out of nowhere. This big battle royale.
Yeah, the whole genre kind of just was like, oh, hey, we're here now.
Like, oh, whoa, just so you know, you can play me. And it's like, oh, do I want to? No.
I mean, the only reason Fortnite got huge, not the only reason, one of the biggest reasons it got huge was because it was free.
Yeah, and that definitely helps.
And I like that a lot. That was really cool.
I like it because it helps get the game out. But I guess I was reading the article. Apparently it's had 4 million downloads a month.
Yeah, it's huge. It's insane.
I didn't even know. I'm doing basic math. It's been out for 2 years. Let me try this. We go 4 million. Sorry, I'm not good at math. Times 24. We'll say it's been out for 2 years. Is that fair?
It has.
Maybe a year even. Okay.
No, 2 years.
So 96 million downloads since it's come out. I didn't think there was that many people playing video games.
Oh, I mean, there's a lot more than you expect.
Oh. That's true. Yeah, that's true. Still, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it is. And I mean, the biggest thing with Fortnite is it's a big hit with kids.
Yeah, and it's free, which helps.
Yeah, exactly. Now, of course, these kids are spending like their parents' money on this, buying like skins and shit. But But anyways, like the game itself, like I'm not gonna lie, I enjoy playing the game. It's not a bad game. It's a fun game. Now I haven't played it in a while. Yeah, the concept is dope. The whole building thing is really cool because it actually gives you something that you have to get good at.
Yeah,
and it's like
I myself am not a fan of the game because I don't like super cartoony stuff. Like,
that's what a lot of people say. That's
why I like PUBG. It's a little more realistic. It's a little slower. It's more enjoyable for me.
Exactly.
You can't really invest in learning how to do all that stuff.
Oh yeah, no, I totally get it, and I understand like a lot of people don't like the game because it's super cartoony and stuff, and that's fine. You don't have to like the game at all. I mean, some people like the game, others don't, and that's totally fine, honestly.
Yeah, but bringing it back a little bit, Game of the Year recognition.
Yeah.
Should Fortnite really be in this conversation?
Okay, this is the thing. Game of the Year belongs to the biggest game of that year. This game came out in 2017. So I have no idea why it's even being considered for Game of the Year 2018. It doesn't make any sense.
Like Fallout 76, I don't think is going to be on the list because it's so close to the end.
Well, it doesn't really matter though because as long as it's all about reviews and player count and basically who liked the game. Now Fallout 76, I mean that I didn't think that game was even going to get close to Game of the Year because the reviews for it so far are like shit. Even the reviews for the beta were shit. So I already knew
I think one of the most popular videos
there.
on Facebook is the guy raging at GameStop because he couldn't trade Fallout
right?
76
I saw that and I died.
And I was like, wow, he's trying to trade it in already.
But like with Fortnite, the game came out halfway through 2017. So it didn't even like get near Game of the Year for 2017. Freaking Zelda Breath of the Wild won Game of the Year. I don't even think Fortnite was nominated. But I don't know why it's being considered. I don't even know why it was considered for Game of the Year 2018. I mean, if you don't make it the year it came out, you're not qualified to make it the next year. Like, fuck no. Why? That's stupid.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Like, look at
bring that up. I didn't realize that.
Look at all the games. Look at all the games for the official Game Awards 2018. There are no games that did not come out in 2018. You know what I mean? Every single game that's nominated came out in 2018.
Yeah, and I'm just thinking about it. Like, I don't know. It seems like they're throwing it in there. Maybe because it wasn't popular when it first came out. And they're trying to give it a little bit of a chance.
That's the thing, because it was like pretty popular like the first year it was out.
True, yeah. I remember when it first came out, a lot of people were talking about it.
Yeah, it blew up out of nowhere, and then it kind of lost popularity in this past year just because. Okay, yeah, it's Fortnite.
We got swarmed.
Exactly. We got swarmed. Yeah, we got blown up by battle royale games, and now it's just like, okay. And now PUBG's coming out for PS4. I'm just like, oh yeah, I almost forgot about PUBG.
That's gonna be insane. And also, I believe Red Dead is still going to come out with their online battle royale mode.
I mean, honestly, I think the whole
Call of Duty did it. Like,
yeah, they did their battle royale mode too, Blackout. But even that hasn't like gotten a lot of players in it because a lot of people don't like it.
Yeah, I mean,
there's a decent following, but I mean, it's nothing special. But like, I think Fortnite winning Game of the Year is for joystick or Golden Joystick is one of the stupidest things ever. And everyone was thinking, oh my God, they won Game of the Year, but it's not really the official Game of the Year. It's just that specific website's Game of the Year, and no one gives a shit. The one that everyone's going to be waiting for are the Game Awards 2018.
And I guess what we should talk about now is, like, I know you said because it wasn't a 2018 game, should it be considered for Game of the Year? Like, is it even in the same league?
No, it's not. It shouldn't be considered because it's a 2017 game. I'm sorry, if you didn't make Game of the Year for the year you came out, why the hell do you think you would be eligible for the next year? Like, that's
take
so
a step
weird.
Back real quick. Take a step back. Let's pretend it came out this year. Came out with Red Dead, came out with all the other games coming out. Fallout 76, obviously not one of them. Red Dead, God of War, Spider-Man, Fortnite.
Yeah.
Do you think Fortnite should be in that category?
Absolutely
not. Should we be even considering it?
Absolutely not. I mean, it was an ambitious idea, and it was an innovative idea, but compared to all the other titles that released this year, it doesn't stand up at all, or at least it shouldn't. Like, God, especially not up against Red Dead. Like Red Dead 2.
Yeah, Red Dead.
I understand. A lot of people are like saying, or are gonna say, like the two games that are going to be up for grabs for Game of the Year are going to be Red Dead 2 and God of War. Those are the two, honestly.
Yeah.
We can talk about all the other nominations like Spider-Man, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, which I personally do not think should be on that list either. Celeste.
Not in the slightest.
And that stuff. But I mean, the two biggest games, honestly, are Red Dead 2 and God of War. Those are the two highest rated games this year. They were insanely awesome games, and they're still relevant now. Like Spider-Man, Spider-Man was good, but the side missions and side content, to me, made it ineligible.
Yeah, I gotcha. Well, I mean,
And
not ineligible, just not worthy of the
yeah.
top tier competition. So I'm actually gonna surprise you real quick. So when I think of game of the year, I think of games that are enjoyable to play and that are, I guess, innovative and
Yeah.
creative. And like I said earlier, I don't like Fortnite at all. In my personal polls, it's not even on the list.
Yeah.
But from a broad view of things, Fortnite kind of revolutionized the gaming world because it took what PUBG did and made it this big, flamboyant, creative thing, and was able to bring in the masses. Like we just talked about.
Yeah, no, it did.
4 million downloads a month.
Yeah, that's insane.
And it's
again,
a very unique game.
Exactly.
For one. Like, they took the PUBG style battle royale and they added a little bit of, I don't even know what game to compare it to, with the quick building features. Like the Family Guy Amish community building the barns and stuff. Like, that was unique. And if you're into that and you're willing to commit the time to it, which a lot of people are, it has quickly become the game that people pick up and just play for hours and hours.
I mean, I used to play this game religiously back in like a few months ago, just because it was like the game that I could just pick up, play a few rounds, have fun, and chill, you know? But then again, as soon as all these bigger games came out, I dropped Fortnite like an old sock.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, a lot of people did that, and I get that. But I just keep thinking back to the fact that this game has still managed to stay in the conversation for this long.
Oh, yeah.
Like, the only other game I can think of having this amount of popularity for such an extended amount of time is GTA 5.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
Well, I don't think Fortnite is going to last 5 or more years. You know, it's definitely...
Well, see,
it's turning heads.
See, this is the thing. The way I see Fortnite is the same way I see like Overwatch. Like, I played that game religiously too when it first came out, and then I kind of just lost interest in it. However, that game still has a huge following.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And it's still relevant now. And I think that Fortnite's just going to become one of the, like, that kind of thing where the people who like that genre are going to still play that game, but in terms of the masses, it's going to become like a cult classic, like Overwatch, like League of Legends, like those type of games.
Honor.
Exactly, it's going to become a cult classic. Now, and I appreciate the game for what it did for the gaming community, and it definitely brought in a lot of new faces to the gaming community. But in terms of Game of the Year, like, I mean, if it didn't make it for, my view is if it didn't make Game of the Year for the year it came out, it shouldn't be eligible for the next year, regardless of how much it improved. Game of the Year is reserved for the best game that year. And Fortnite's still not the best game this year. It's a good game, but it's not the best game this year.
Yeah, it's definitely not. I'm gonna look it up. What is the basis for Game of the Year? Is it story and whatnot?
I think it's well, from what I've seen is like reviews, like how the initial ratings it got when it released, how it was received by the players, and what it did for the gaming community, that kind of stuff.
So all the games I'm just looking at recent Game of the Year winners just to get a sense of what it is they're looking for. And I don't know, man. We got The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild from 2017.
That was a huge game.
The year before that, Overwatch.
Yep.
And then before that, it was The Witcher 3, and then Dragon Age Inquisition. So it seems like while they lean towards the story-driven, like immersive, you actually have to commit to make progress in a game that builds and builds and get a little bit of control. It looks like these random little that's not the same thing. It looks like these little side games come at you.
Oh yeah, no, they do. And like I said, Overwatch was a great game. Like, that was a fantastic game when it came out, and that had it blew up just like Fortnite did. The only difference is Fortnite appealed to younger audiences and stuff like that, and Overwatch blew up because it was a new Blizzard game. You know?
Yeah.
So
I'm just looking for the legit Game of the Year awards.
Yeah, I mean, right now the legit Game of the Year nominations are Red Dead Redemption, Assassin's Creed, God of War, Celeste, and I think Spider-Man's on that list. I've seen Spider-Man on a couple lists, but not every list.
I would have to imagine it will be.
Yeah, because that was a
I'm just looking at Game Informer's Game of the Year. I like their opinion.
Yeah.
So we got, going back, Legend of Zelda, Overwatch, Witcher, Dragon Age, The Last of Us.
Well,
Mass
those
Effect
are the
3,
well. Game Informer does
Elder
they record the official Game of the Years. Like, there's only a couple. You have to look at some of the other gaming websites that do their own. Like GameRanks does their own. I think IGN does their own as well. So you have to pay attention to those. Like, this is a good segue. Also, we're planning on doing our own game awards this year, closer to like Christmas. Like right after Christmas, I think we're going to do our own game awards, and we're going to vote amongst ourselves and see who.
I mean, I have a hunch we already know what's going to take over that one.
Well, yeah, like I said, we're going to do a vote between all of us at Digital Dive-In. So we'll let you guys know what happens. But like I said, a lot of the big names just they just record the official Game of the Years. They don't really do their own. Guys, if you're worried about Fortnite winning Game of the Year, don't be, because it only won one website's Game of the Year. It's not the official Game of the Year, so don't worry. But no, I think, like I said, the two games that I think are going to be competing hardcore for Game of the Year are going to be Red Dead 2 and God of War. And honestly, I don't know which one to pick, because God of War was an insane game.
So here's what I think is going to win. I think it's going to be Red Dead, strictly because it had more people to play it.
That's fair. That's actually very fair.
Because God of War was only PlayStation, and while it could still swing the vote, I think just the fact that Red Dead is such a great game, and it was available for both Xbox and PlayStation.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Take her home.
That's fair.
But we'll see. You know, I could be surprised. The Last of Us won it.
Yeah, The Last of Us.
2014.
Yeah, there's been a lot of exclusives that have won Game of the Year over the years. So and literally anything is possible as long as it's a great game and it does what it's supposed to.
Yeah, and this is the first year I feel like we've actually had this many great games going. I can name 4 off the top of my head that came out of this last year with Spider-Man, God of War, Red Dead, and what was the fucking 4th one? Far Cry 5.
But Far Cry 5 isn't going to make it. Far Cry 5 would...
it'll slip, but it was good.
It'll be nominated for another category, but definitely not Game of the Year.
Yeah, well, if not that one, then maybe Shadow of the Tomb Raider might sneak in there.
Yeah, maybe. Also, side note, I just ran into a bunch of hillbillies and this fat guy, and I think they want to have a threesome or something. I'm concerned.
Hey, Dirty Mike and the boys.
I'm concerned. Or they want to murder me or eat me. This guy's really fat.
It's hard to tell the difference. Yeah.
But anyways, guys, we want to know your thoughts about what's going on with Fortnite winning Game of the Year for the Golden Joystick. Whether you agree with that or whether you're like me and like, really wish no. Also, what would you say would win Game of the Year, like the official Game of the Year, whether it be Red Dead, God of War, Spider-Man, whatever. Let us know all your thoughts down in the comment section below. Y'all know I still think it's going to be either God of War or Red Dead, but we want to know your thoughts. If you like this video, please slam that like button.
Super slam!
They're feeding me now. I don't know what's happening. If you're new to the channel and you want to see more of us having strange dinners with fat rednecks.
That's offensive.
And diving into the latest news surrounding TV, video games, and movies, please hit that subscribe button, hit that bell so you get notified whenever our videos go live. And guys, really quick reminder, we have started doing the Friday show, which is turned into like a Friday podcast. So definitely check that out every Friday, where we go over like the most trending news over this past week that didn't make it into the videos. So as always, with me and Reezus. So be sure to check that out every single Friday. But Phil, thank you so much for coming on today.
And thank you for having me.
Ladies and gents, stay excellent. I will see you in the next dive-in.